Next, please. Laurent Ziegler, Austria, who's the ISTAC Vice Chair. Next, please. Kendall A. Alaimo, U.S., member of ISTAC. Next, please. Patricia M. Bapty, a Canadian member of ISTAC. Next, please. Mariam Bhatti, an ISTAC member from Ireland. Next, please. Zita Cabais, an ISTAC member from France. Next, please. Daniela De Luca, ISTAC member from Spain. Next, please. Jerome A. Elam. Next, please. Marina Garbunova, an ISTAC member from Uzbekistan. Next slide, please. Regina Lee Jones, an ISTAC member from Norway. Next slide, please. Angelina Kurdinova, Russian Federation, member of ISTAC. Next slide, please. Diane R. Martin, an ISTAC member from UK. Next slide, please. Ronnie R. Marty, an ISTAC member from US. Next slide, please. Timea E. Nagy, an ISTAC member from Canada. Next slide, please. Sandra Norak, ISTAC member from Germany. Next slide, please. Mercy O. Obade, an ISTAC member from Denmark. Next slide, please. Itohan Akundaye, ISTAC member from Finland. Next slide, please. Malaika M. Oringo, ISTAC member from the Netherlands. Next slide, please. Bukola L. Oriola, ISTAC member from US. Next slide, please. Chandra M. Vovaruntu, ISTAC member from US. Next slide, please. Hiab T. Johannes, ISTAC member from UK. Next slide, please. And with that, I would like to formally congratulate the members of inaugural ISTAC on their appointment and to say that ODIHR very much looks forward to working with you in the upcoming 2 years. Before we conclude, I would like to invite a poet laureate, Jackie Shelton Green, who has written an incredible poem honoring Lisa's work, but that also that of survivor leaders all across. Jackie Shelton Green is the 9th poet laureate of North Carolina and is the first African-American and 3rd woman to be appointed as the North Carolina Poet Laureate. She's a 2019 Academy of American Poet Laureate Fellow, 2014 North Carolina Literary Hall of Fame inductee, 2009 North Carolina Piedmont Laureate appointment, 2009 recipient of the North Carolina Award for Literature. Jackie Shelton Green teaches documentary poetry at Duke University Center for Documentary Studies and has been named the 2021 Frank B. Haynes Writer in Residence at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. In 2020, she released her first LP poetry album titled The River Speaks of Thirst. Jackie, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Tatiana. Good morning. Good morning here. Good evening in other places. It is an honor to hold this incredibly reverent space with all of you. Peace, blessings, and celebration for your powerful collective force. We're all our ancestors' wildest dreams in some way. Many of us are continuing the work of ancestors in dark spaces, holy places. Love letter first to the ancestors. We cannot prevent the birds of sorrow from flying over our heads, but we can refuse to let them build nest in our hair. Who stops to record the whimpering of an ocean? I've seen you wrestling with the frozen tears of a moon. I know how you measure your own heartbeats with the stretching of olive branches. I've heard you scolding the wind for changing her course, her song. I listen to you scrape your crystallized tears from the roof of your mother's grave, from the hem of your sister's shroud, from the womb of a raped daughter. I have watched prayers crawl up your arms and dig into your hearts. I've become blinded by all the light that lives there, all the light that your hands continue to harvest, all the light and all the love you offer to each middle passage morning when you decided to live and scatter seeds. Dear ancestors, thank you for being our mirrors, showing us that we are not the stories that anyone has made of us. We never were. We are energy and matter untethered from those who meant to contain us. We are rearranging the structure of who we be, who we are becoming collectively in the face of any puny narratives that have been thrust upon us. North Star, a tribute to the service and contributions of Lisa Williams. How could you have known the North Star was whispering your name? Run on, Lisa, run on. Dark daughter, running towards the light. You outran ghost, stronger than tsunamis, earthquakes, and firestorms. Run on, Lisa, run on. Dark daughter, running towards the light. How could you have known that the North Star whispered your darkest secrets to the wind? Run on, Lisa, run on. Dark daughter, running towards the light. One gray morning, your fierce truth became the wind song for other daughters who were searching for the North Star. Covered in guilt, fear, blood-stained secrets, the other daughters whispered your name under hidden doors in sad rooms, sad houses. Run, sisters, run, sisters, run. Run towards the light. Run into the arms of the peaceful warrior whose sword is love, and wherever it cuts, bleeds life. The peaceful warrior. Release the daughters, the mothers, the sisters from the shadows of unnamed rooms in unnamed countries. We are all your daughters. We are all your sisters, raising our hands together, gathering stardust and swallowing full moons. We are the light you are planting. Our seeds are generations of North Stars. We are chasing the wind that carries all your truth, all of our truth, into a sky that will not bend. We are new stories and old stories, waiting to be lifted, waiting to be carried beyond this river where our blood is born, beyond this river where our daughter's blood is born. You are our North Star, Lisa, carrying our stories into the eye of a tornado. We become all the light you can bear. Run, daughters, Run, daughters. Run, sisters, run. The North Star is waiting. Thank you.
Much for such an incredible and powerful poem honoring the work of Lisa, who has rescued hundreds of trafficking victims and assisted them in their process of healing, as well as those others who work in the field day after day, giving their heart and soul to help others who are truly in need. Your words are much appreciated and do great honor to the incredible work that goes on day after day by those who are survivor leaders who have survived trafficking and who devote their life in combating trafficking in human beings in a variety of different ways. With that, I would like to formally conclude the launch of the International Survivors of Trafficking Advisory Council and share with you the commitment of ODIHR to work closely together with every member of ISTAC and to make ISTAC available to you to serve as a survivor voice for the whole of the OSCE and to foster the growth of survivor movements all across the OSCE region. I would also like to thank the management of the Human Rights Department for their commitment and support of this really, really important initiative. Andrea Uber and Pavel Chachuk. I would also like to thank the ODIHR team that has worked on this relentlessly over the last weeks and even months. Maximilian Scheid, Beata Kaczmarek, Matteo Polizzi, Anna Potts, as well as the team at our public affairs unit, Katya Andrush and Claudio Berbece. I would also like to thank the interpreters for providing us their support throughout the event and everyone else who has worked really hard in a variety of different ways to make sure that today's event was as successful as it has been. Once again, I would like to congratulate each member of ISTAC, and I look forward to seeing your successes in the upcoming 2 years. Thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. Thank you to all the speakers for taking their time to be with us here today and contributing to this incredible event. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to the council of ODIHR.
Thank you, Kari.
Bravo, Tatiana. Bravo.
Thank you,
Good to
Tatiana.
see
Excellent
you.
job. And thank you to all. Congratulations. I don't manage to switch my camera on, but I'm waving.
Было очень